Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's check out this video titled, I investigate how Netherlands deals with so many cyclists. I think we've discussed and you guys have commentated on this point a number of times. One of the points is that the drivers in the Netherlands are also cyclists, so that helps. There's also deterrence to vehicles going too fast. You'll have speed bumps and just the way that the infrastructure is designed to make sure that people aren't going too fast or driving too recklessly or driving too close to the cyclists, because the infrastructure is actually separated enough. You know, there's enough investment in it and enough forethought put into it to improve safety and incentivize people to use the different options at their disposal. Because you can drive if you want in the Netherlands, you can walk if you want, or you can cycle, or you can take public transit. Like, there's options, and that's, I think, ideally what you want to have, right? Whereas a lot of other places don't necessarily have that privilege. Let's check it out.
How can you have an accident with a cyclist if they've got their own bit of road and we're not driving there? This right here,
Exactly. How can you have an accident with them if they have their own bit of road?
Now feels like the safest road network I've ever used. I hardly ever feel like that driving around London. I've never driven in Eindhoven before. I don't know what to expect. I honestly thought that Nissan Micras were supposed to be terrible, terrible cars. This one's not bad. Need to remember to drive on the wrong side of the
Why would you assume? There's nothing wrong with it.
road.
Turn right, then turn left.
I'm going for the gears on the wrong side. Okay, I'm in Eindhoven, which is in the Netherlands. There's something weird that happens here that doesn't happen in England. And I want to investigate whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. The Dutch love cyclists. They love cycling, and cyclists have priority everywhere. What I'm going to investigate...
We've seen that priority in the roundabouts and how the roundabouts are constructed and the way that shark teeth and yields work.
Is if that's a good idea, if I'm going to get into a tussle with a cyclist, if I'm going to have a scary moment with a cyclist, this is going to be interesting. So I've picked up this Nissan Micra from Hertz, from Eindhoven Airport. I didn't know I was going to get a Nissan Micra. It's so smooth. That might just be because I drive an Abarth 595, but this car is super smooth. It's got everything that you need as well, and I bet it's pretty cheap. I bloody love driving abroad. It's so fun. I set off in second gear. I realized that wasn't on purpose. The cycle lane is bigger than this two-way road. You can see already how cyclists have the most priority here. If this cycle lane wasn't here, we'd have enough room for 2 lanes and lines down the middle. But what...
So it looks like, I mean, this section, the vehicles are all over the cycle lanes, so they have to share the road at this part.
We've got is a huge cycle lane and a road not big enough for 2 cars. There's one thing about driving in Europe. I think that their roads work better. Okay, they're on the wrong side, but look at the road markings. They're so clear. When was the last time you saw that in England? The traffic lights are so clear and the signs just look neater and tidier. Okay, this car
Yeah, the signage looks intuitive.
is slow AF, but I'll let it go because
Slow AF.
that's exactly what you expect from this kind of car. We're not expecting our Abarth acceleration. Right, need to remember to go into first gear. Look how nice it is here. I've never driven in Eindhoven before. I don't know what to expect. This is as new for you as it is going to be for me. Oh no, it's quite nippy. I can definitely hear a turbo under the bonnet as well. One of the most annoying things about driving in England is that people don't use the motorways properly. You'll just see people in any lane. Whatever lane you fancy. Over here, they really...
We always have a joke about where I live, like, people don't know how to use their turning signals. They don't know, they don't exist. They don't manufacture turning signals here, I guess.
Religiously stick to the driving lane, not the overtaking lane. Centrum, that's where we're going. We're going to the centre of Eindhoven.
The centrum?
I think that's where we're going to find the most cyclists and where we're going to find the
After
most
1
problems.
mile.
Apart from the fact that I keep going here to change gear, this car is great.
I'm gonna figure out how to get away from these advertisements. He said the car's not very zippy. Not too fast, eh?
That's what people really worry about driving abroad. Roundabouts. All we do is
They worry about them? Why? They're so efficient and so easy.
steer the other way. Normally
Why
on a
would you be
roundabout,
worried?
you go that way to enter, you just go that way. It makes sense in my head. Does it make sense in yours? Look at this. I can see where I'm going on the sat nav. It's down there.
I don't see any roundabouts. Is it? What?
And it's on a sign as well. You can't go wrong. There's a straight ahead arrow, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay. There's a
Surely roundabouts abroad are not difficult. It's just opposite. Or is it even opposite? Yes, it's opposite, but we don't need to make it that complicated. So cyclists, but they've got their own bit. It's like, here's the cars road and here's the cyclists road. We don't get that in England.
Like the car super highway. Is that like greenish blue? Is that a car or is that a art installation? I can't really tell.
I don't think I'm gonna have as much trouble dealing with cyclists as I thought. That's genius. Can someone
You're not gonna have any trouble. Right? Because the infrastructure is so good.
get Sadiq Khan on the phone? Because we need this. How can you have an accident with a cyclist if they've got their own bit of road and we're not driving there? There must be a
It won't happen unless people actually demand. Since 2020, 426 cyclists have died in road collisions in the UK, according to government statistics. The West Midlands makes up the majority of numbers, totaling 261 deaths between 2020 and 2023. Figures provided by West Midlands Police far outweigh these.
statistic for how
That's not how you spell outweigh, but far outweigh those provided by 38 other police forces in the
many
UK.
cyclists die on England's roads
Far out.
or the UK roads every single year. The Dutch, because they love cycling so much, look, there's bloody cyclists everywhere. They've just got it nailed down. Oops. Definitely stalled the car.
They got it nailed down. It's locked in. It works. Infrastructure's there. The countries around the world got to follow suit. They got to get into it, but the adherence and catering to the automobile is complete. Now your failure is complete.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm afraid by the time your
Cyclists,
friends arrive,
7, 8, 9, 10, and that's just in
the
one bit
space
that I can see.
station
Not
will be
11, 12,
quite
13 across the
operational.
road. We could be doing this. Why are we not doing this? If you cycle in London, you don't value your life. That's true. I guarantee the number would be.
I think that's what people here feel like, or people even in Vancouver. It's like every day, if you're commuting, putting your life on the line.
So much more. If we had a system like this, 2 more cyclists. Look how lovely it looks. That guy's having the best time. Just pinging along his own road, not a car in sight. I need to know what this red circle with nothing in it sign means over here. Because in England, that means no vehicles can enter that part. I'm driving right through the centre. This feels like the safest, most thought out road system I've ever been on. I've driven in a lot of places all around Europe. This right here, right now, feels like the safest road network I've ever used. The cyclists are absolutely everywhere, but they're completely segregated. The roads make sense. All of the signs are extremely clear. The road markings are so clear. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a crash here. I don't feel like anybody's gonna quickly run out in front of me. I don't feel like there's hazards and obstacles to avoid.
Yeah, because there is a lot of stimuli. Like if you look
Hardly
at the
ever
road,
feel like
but
that
it
driving
is
around
all
London.
organized
This
and
is quite
controlled.
funny. This is a thing I've heard about the Netherlands before.
The bike parks?
Everybody's got a bike. And when you go to a shop, you just leave your bike
How many bikes was it? 20 million or something like that?
outside the shop. There's cycle parking everywhere, not a single bike chained up, just leaning across leaning across the railings. If that happened in London, the bicycle would be stolen in under half a second. But here, just seems like it's not a thing. I wasn't sure that that was true, that everybody
A lot of them are locked up though.
just leaves their bike unchained, unattended, but it is. The rules and regulations and the signage is going to be different everywhere you go, slightly different. From France to Belgium to the Netherlands, their signs and road markings are different.
I think ideally you want to make them, I mean the regulations and road signs, you want to make them intuitive enough and without a reliance on language. They just rely on like a universal understanding.
So Google, look online at what the most common signs and road markings are. That will help you absolutely loads. I didn't do that, but I would recommend that you do it. Then you'll know what the red circle without anything in it means. Oops, I'm in this lane. The other good tip I'll give you about driving abroad is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be worried about getting it wrong. I clearly got it wrong there, but if you're safe about it, you can make it right. If you've got nothing to do on a weekend, use Skyscanner, get the cheapest flight to somewhere for the day, hire a car from the airport, set a route around, and then just drive it. You'll have the best time. Driving in Bruges was a complete nightmare. If you watch that video, it was difficult. It was so hard. It was horrible.
Bruges?
It's not the same here. If you want to drive somewhere,
I think it's just driver culture and the trust that you need to have in the drivers, where I think the level of trust here would be much less.
out of England for your first drive abroad, I would highly recommend coming to Eindhoven. We're going to end the video at a big yellow chair. Let's find the chair and I'll give you my final thoughts on
A big yellow chair?
Wait, look at this road sign. It's a screen and it changes. England could never. It should be just around this corner.
Oh,
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Driving in the Netherlands makes more sense than in England. It's really easy. And they've nailed cycle safety. They've nailed road planning. I wish we had a situation like this. Look how big this chair is. Watch this.
it's a chair for the big friendly giant.
Driving in the Netherlands, driving in Eindhoven is way better than driving in England. Now I think it's time to get some snacks.
Yeah, it looks like driving there is mint, or as some of my friends would say, deadly, which means good, really good. All right, we'll see you all soon. Peace out.